So hopefully we have audio now. I was informed that we did not before, so we're going to try this again. Thank you for joining us for our Facebook Live today. I'm going to give everyone just like 30 seconds to write down what you're kind of wondering about bats. That's going to be our Facebook Live today. So I'm going to give you guys, like I said, about 30 seconds, and then I'll get started. Okay, everybody, I am back. So today our Facebook Live is going to be about bats. Just wait 1 second. I need the mouse.
Yeah, I got you.
And can you click it? Okay. All right, so we here at the West Valley Outdoor Learning Center are batty about bats. Like I was saying before, but you guys couldn't hear me, I want to say welcome again to everyone who was able to join us for today's Facebook Live, and thank you for dealing with the technical difficulties that have come with this. Hopefully we got it figured out, so next time it'll be perfect. This is our first Facebook Live of the school year, yay! And my name is Lily. I am one of the AmeriCorps here at the West Valley Outdoor Learning Center. And we actually have a new AmeriCorps here as well. His name is Davis, and he is going to be doing our Facebook Live next month. If you joined us for our Facebook Lives last year, you'll know that we were doing a Facebook Live every week. So this year, since we've opened back up, we're getting really busy. So we are going to be doing a Facebook Live every month instead. So one a month. This month, like I said, we're going to be doing bats because, hey, it's Halloween-ish time, and we love bats. So, I think we can go ahead and get started. Oh, I see Tiffany's here too. She is manning our comment section. So I see she is writing something. Ooh, how do bats fly? We are going to be talking about that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into bats. So there are over 1,400 species of bats in the world. They are found almost everywhere on Earth, and they can range in size from like really small to pretty big. So the world's smallest mammal is actually a bat. It is called the bumblebee bat, and you can see it is super tiny. It can like fit on your little finger. It weighs less than a penny, which is super, super tiny. Bats are mammals, which means that they produce milk and they give birth to their babies, so they do not have eggs. They are also very unique among mammals. They are the only mammal that has true flight. So we're getting into your flight question. While you may have heard of things like flying squirrels or sugar gliders, those animals aren't actually flying. They are gliding from tree to tree. Okay, so I see we have some more questions. Why are bats small? I will kind of get into that later, so make sure you stay on and listen. And Miss Stansbury class, I see that you guys are here. Hi, thank you for joining us. And my mom is also watching, so thank you, Mom. So back to flight. So things that are gliding, like flying squirrels or sugar gliders, are not actually flapping their wings and flying. They are just kind of, they stretch their arms out and glide from tree to tree. A bat has powered flight. So this means that they can fly long distances and they're actually like flapping their wings to fly, kind of like a bird does. A bat's wings are really cool because those bones you can see holding like all of their fingers and their actual like skin flaps together are actually their fingers. So those really long bones that come out are their finger bones. And that connects to their skin, and their skin connects all the way down to their legs and their kind of feet down there. And that's how they're able to keep really light and stay in the air. We can't do that because obviously we don't have skin flaps that go all the way down. That would be interesting to see. But that is what keeps it light for a bat to fly. So bats use this powered flight in order to catch their prey. So remember, prey is something that an animal eats. So bats can eat lots of different things. Some bats are frugivores, which means that they only eat fruit. So you can see the fruit bat in this slide eating banana. And then there are other bats that only eat insects, so that would be called an insectivore. And there are some bats that are only eat blood, which the scientific word for that is hemophage or hemophagy. So that would be like a vampire bat. Fun fact, mosquitoes are also hemophages. But, there we go. Most other bats, though, don't drink blood, and they'll eat these insects and fruits. So a reason, someone asked why bats are so small, a reason why they're so small is to help them kind of hide from all of these insects that they're eating. So if a bat is really big and trying to hunt for insects, the insect's probably going to see them or maybe hear them and fly away as fast as it can. The bigger bats are the ones we see that are eating a lot of fruit, whereas the small ones are usually the ones that eat a lot of insects. So the question now is, how do these bats, since they're nocturnal, so they're awake at night, how are they able to see all these insects and catch them in flight, like you can see in the GIF on this slide? The answer is echolocation. So bats basically make a really high-pitched sound. Most are so loud or high-pitched that we can't actually hear them with our ears. Sound, as some of you may know, travels in waves. So as those sound waves are leaving the bat's mouth, it will echo off of anything that is in around them. So you can see, like kind of in the little video, or you can see in the picture, as the sound waves go out, it'll bounce off that insect, and those sound waves will come back at the bat. And this lets the bat really be able to map out the area around them, which is really cool. Dolphins also do this. They also have echolocation. And there are some humans, too, that are blind and have kind of figured out how to use echolocation to map out their own surroundings and to get around. So next, hopefully this video is going to play. It's a really great video with David Attenborough that helps to explain echolocation even better than I ever could.
A bat produces extremely high-pitched sounds in its throat and then projects them forward. We have slowed the sounds down, but can still only hear them by converting them to lower frequencies. They bounce off the walls as echoes and are detected by the bat's huge ears. These are in constant movement and enable the bat to map its surroundings with remarkable precision.
Okay, so let me make sure I can get to my next slide. There we go. Okay. So that video was super awesome, like I said, and it really helps to explain echolocation in a way that I really can't. So if you have any more questions about echolocation, let me know, and I'll try to answer them. Or if you're kind of watching this in the replay, you're welcome to put down any questions you have, and we can answer them whenever we see them at a later date. So next, we know how the bat is flying around and catching its prey. So let's talk about what actually kills bats. So what are their predators? Well, what are their predators? We have cats, so a lot of house cats that are out traveling at night, maybe out there hunting these anything that flies, which happens to be bats. Owls are also nocturnal, which are another predator of bats, and then snakes. I was kind of surprised with the snakes, but there are a lot of snakes that live in caves, which is where bats tend to live and sleep. And so these snakes will come up and kind of go in and get the bats, like you can see in this picture. So bats don't really have that many predators, which is kind of cool, but their most common killer of bats is actually disease. The white-nosed syndrome kills millions of bats, like in the last couple years, and it can wipe out entire bat colonies. So this is worse than any type of wildlife disease we've seen in North America, and there's no real sign that we're able to slow it down or stop this white-nosed disease in any way. So you can see one of the pictures I have in this slide is of the bat with like the white around its nose. So that is white-nose syndrome, and it's actually a fungus that will eat at the bat's skin. As the bats are dying, their nose will turn this like whitish color, like you can see in the picture, and and you can see that it's looking really white around the nose. So I think I am ready for the next slide. Oops. So next, I wanted to kind of talk to you guys all about bats that are around here. So I want in the comment section, have you guys ever seen a bat around your house or your school? I want to know, yes or no. So there are 15 different species of bats that live in the Pacific Northwest. This is, I believe, 14 of the 15 species, because as you can see, I ran out of room on the slide. But we've got everything from small bats to kind of bigger bats, bats with big ears, bats with some spots, bats with silver on their back. There's 15 different species here, so there's a lot. The most common bat in Washington are the little brown bat, the Myotis, I believe is how it's pronounced, the big brown bat, and the California Myotis. And those bats are going to be eating night-flying insects. So these are insects like moths, beetles, mosquitoes, termites, and flies. So mosquitoes, a lot of us think they really have no purpose in life except to kind of drain us of blood. But mosquitoes are a big part of a bat's diet. So mosquitoes actually do have a purpose. They are around to be eaten by bats. Yay! So next, I have a couple questions for you guys, again, to put in the comment section. So I'm going to ask you guys if any of these things are true or false, and we're going to go through and answer them. So the first thing I want to ask is, do all bats drink blood? And I'll give you guys a couple seconds to put what you think, true or false, in the comment section before I reveal the answer. So do you think that all bats drink blood? I already answered this one, so I'm going to kind of go already. Maybe. It's false. Not all bats drink blood. As I talked about, all of the bats here in Washington actually will eat insects, or most of them. So no blood even up here. Oops. So next, do bats bring bad luck? So bats, it's a common misconception that bats will bring bad luck. And I want to know if you think that's true. Gave you guys a couple seconds again to put it in. True or false? So it is false. These bats are not bringing bad luck. If anything, I would say they're bringing good luck because these bats are great at hunting insects. And like me, I don't like mosquitoes very much. So I want to have a bat around. I think it's good luck that they're eating all these mosquitoes by me. So bats, good luck. So next question, true or false, are bats scary? Are bats scary? I mean, maybe. So this one is false. Kind of for the same reason as the last one, but bats are not very scary. I think that, again, like people think they're bad luck because maybe they're nocturnal and they're out at night, and that can kind of scare people. They see through echolocation, so that's very different. But they're really not scary. They're not out to get you, they're out to get insects or fruit. So another thing, which I did not talk about, do you guys think it's true or false that bats carry rabies? Do bats carry rabies? True or false? All right, it is true. So bats are a carrier of rabies, which can maybe kind of make it seem like they are scary, but actually only 1 in 20,000 bats will ever have rabies. So it's really, really unlikely that you're ever going to be able to see a bat with rabies, because it's not often that we even see bats. So let's think of this next question. Bats go after human hair. True or false? Do you think bats go after human hair? So this is false. A lot of people think that bats will actually go after human hair if you're standing outside, but it's not true at all. If a bat accidentally gets stuck in your hair, it is by accident. They were probably going after an insect or a bug that was around your head, and maybe they misjudged exactly how far it was, which is probably, it's not very common in bats that they'll misjudge something, and they accidentally get your hair instead of the bug. But bats do not go after human hair. Bats, like I said, are not after humans at all. They are after the insects. And my last true or false question here, I want to know if you think bat guano is toxic. If you've never heard of bat guano before, guano is basically bat poop. So it's kind of gross, but it can be helpful in some circumstances. So I'm going to give you guys a second to think if bat guano is toxic. It is. So this is true. Bat guano, like I said, is bat poop, and it can be very toxic. If a human stands in a room or a cave that has too much bat guano in it, it could actually kill the human. But bat poop is also a really great fertilizer for plants. So a little bit of bat poop is okay. A lot of bat poop, not okay. Our next question, so this is one of my last slides, but now that we've learned all about bats and how cool they are, we want to learn about how we can help these bats and what are some easy things that we can do to protect the bats in our neighborhood. So there are a couple simple things. One of these things are that you can plant a tree with lots of branches. So bats love to roost or sleep in trees as well as caves. And bats prefer trees that have a lot of branches that they can roost on and roost upside down and go to sleep. So the more big trees with branches they have, the better. Another thing that you can do is to pledge to be pesticide free. So if you have your own little garden or even at your home and you are using pesticides in order to kill the insects around there, it's possible that you have poisoned these insects with your pesticide, and then a bat comes by, eats that poisoned insect, and now who's poisoned? The bat. So now the bat has all this poison inside of it, and it's going to get really sick and maybe even die from that poison. So not using pesticides will prevent any bats from ever getting sick or poisoned. One more thing you can do that is a little more complicated, and if you are a student, you're going to need to have your parents' help, is to make a bat box. So that is the box I have on the screen. It's called a bat box, and it is a spot where bats can go to rest during the day. It's a great home and it's really simple to make, and bats can live in there and be totally content and happy living in that box. And there are a lot of different ways that you can actually create this bat box. We're going to do a social media post about it on Saturday with a link so you can create your own bat box at home. So make sure to keep an eye out for that. And then speaking of social media, if you don't already, please follow us on Instagram and Facebook. We also have a YouTube page where you can see all of our previous Facebook Lives. And if you'd like to see this Facebook Live again, we should have it uploaded to our YouTube page by early next week, if not sooner. And then now I want to know, before I sign off, if you guys have any questions about anything that we said today, or maybe if you just want to say hi, you're welcome to. Just put it in the comments section. If you are watching on the replay, either on Facebook or on YouTube, we will happily answer any questions that you have whenever we see them. So I'll give a second because I know there's a little bit of a delay. So I'll give a couple seconds for our live watchers to write in any questions they may have. And then I will say goodbye. Okay. So I just want to say again, thank you guys all so much for joining me today and learning about bats with me. I love bats, and I hope you guys learned something new today and also love bats just as much as I do. And I can't wait to hang out with you guys again next month for our Facebook Live. So, bye guys.